Okay, fam, we're going into this with an open mind and an open heart. Um, I've been spoiled on something at the end of the trailer, but let's just go ahead and let's get through it. Let me just make sure this is on. Well, that's as high as it goes, so let's go.
Get ready for the next battle. Tekken 8. New Challenger.
ข้าจะสังหารเป้าหมายเพื่อความอยู่รอดของลูกเมีย
Fahkumram.
貴様なぜあんな弱者どもに従っているประโยชน์แค่นี้ละไปต่อแค่นี้ละรับไปซะข้าต้องทำเพื่อลูกเมียต่อให้ตกนรกก็ช่างแหลกซะเถอะนะไปวิ่งเลย อย่ามาขวางทางข้าแกเองก็ต้องแลกลานด้วยไอ้คนบ้าสงครามไปรอในนรกก่อนเถอะ
Oh, this thing will breathe fire now. But that's let's talk about it. This is a pretty long, lengthy trailer, but there's nothing really wrong with it. I want to talk about it. I'm not the best person to talk about Fahkumram. Fahkumram came out when I checked out of Tekken 7. Like, I was checked out of Tekken 7 by, like, I want to say the beginning of season 2. I just don't care for that game. Let me talk about a couple things. Fahkumram's outfit is okay. Like, I always feel like there's too much going on with this guy. Maybe it's just because of the tattoos. I don't know. But, yeah, I feel like they reduced the size of him. I don't know exactly what's going on here. I think that was a feint, right? Like, all right, so he does that, and he's supposed to hit you with a knee, but then he turns around, and then he ducks. So I guess he can. I don't know if that's a full move or if it's like, he's in full crouch and he's doing like a full crouch attack. That's funny. So yeah, F King, man. I was fighting King earlier, and my buddy's uncle's King, and King has that counter hit. He hits you low, and then he hits you again. I be hating moves like that. Give him a taste of his own medicine. Okay, nothing suspicious about this. Okay, so we got into that stance. I feel like you could have jabbed him there. There's nothing wrong with something like this. Like, I actually applaud moves like this, like Anna's stance. When she gets into a similar stance, she puts her leg up and she counters you if you do a low to her. I like stuff like that because I feel like it's more deliberate. You know what I mean? It's not like Leroy where you do a move and then you just mash on the parry button and there's like a wide window of parrying and then you just parry highs and parry mids. Okay. Wait. That wasn't charged, was it? But it sure went through Power Crush. So are we gonna make moves go through Power Crush, or is that just a special property of Fahkumram? I'm cool with it being a special property of Fahkumram, but I don't know. It's like they always want to bring him out to experiment with something. That's a cool combo. I like that he has dialogue with Kazuya because he has the blue lightning and, you know, he's struck by lightning before. I want them to become friends. Like, yeah, I'm fighting for my family, man. Why don't you fight for your family type situation? I don't know. It'd be cool if they had a conversation with one another and, like, you know, because Fahkumram definitely isn't weak. Maybe he could, like, convince Kazuya that fighting for his family makes him stronger instead of fighting against it. When I seen this, I was like, oh, he took a move from Ogre. Because Ogre has a move where on the old game, I don't think it did any damage on Tekken 3 and Tekken Tag, but like on Tekken Tag 2, it does damage. It's like a reversal. He like flexes. He's like, oh, is this heat? It had to have been heat, right? I didn't see any. Nah, because he wasn't. This is just a buff he has. Okay. So it's like Brian's buff that he has where he's like, you know, stronger. Cool move. All right. Cool heat smash. Fahkumram, like, I know I made a video about this. Fahkumram isn't a bad character. I just said he was a boring DLC choice because he was literally DLC in the last game. I like this interaction here. For those who don't know or were around like back in the day when YouTube, there was just like a bunch of vitriolic people for no reason, which is still like that. But I used to look at kickboxing versus Thai boxing videos, and Brian is a kickboxer here. You understand? And Fahkumram is a Thai boxer. Now, Thai boxing is the origin, and kickboxing is a derivative. So kickboxing was developed by the Japanese. It incorporates if you look on Wiki, I think it says something about incorporating karate kicks and boxing, but really it's more of like it's like Thai boxing, you know. And it's cool parallel to one another, right? Because, you know, some of these communities, like the Thai boxing community and the kickboxing community, sometimes are at each other's throats. Like, you know, Thai boxing is better. It allows for elbows and clinching and knees and like any circuit, whereas like kickboxing is really like dependent. Not all kickboxing allows knees. Not all kickboxing allows elbows, etc., etc. But yeah, they do train to use them, but not in a different way. They don't do clinch though. This is insane, by the way. Hold on a second. I really hope that this is just like a counter hit situation, kind of like, what's her name? No, that's not a counter hit. He broke. Wait a second. He broke his guard. That wasn't very long at all. He broke his guard, and don't tell me he gets a follow up unblockable. Oh my goodness gracious. Do you think you can, that has to be something that you can interrupt, right? Yeah, he walked backwards. He could definitely down jab that. So I feel like there's less of a reason to complain about it, but I'm still like on edge about it because it's like, damn. But that was in Heat, so. Hey, everybody that says that Bruce is a boring character, I just want to point out to you really quick. That's basically three. Well, technically three, but two of Bruce's moves together right here. Look, watch this. Back 4, back 3, and the next should be back 4 or down 4. But he does instead Bruce's back 2. Tell me Bruce is fucking lame again, you bastards. I hate people that... I swear I hate people that keep talking about Bruce isn't a good character. Then they see this dude and they're like, oh my god! Like, dude, they have the same fighting style. Bruce could quite literally do all this shit. But, you know, they don't want to bring him back. This is a really cool... That's a really cool rage art. Very nice line towards Brian. Brian doesn't really have, like, big opposition. Yoshimitsu is kind of, like, soft and squishy. You know, so, like, he doesn't really go after Brian like that. But somebody like Fahkumram picking Brian up with one arm and kicking him up against something metal, that's cool. I like that. And that's the type of stuff that I like in Tekken. That's why I said Tekken 8 has top-notch presentation. Like, we don't even need those rival cutscenes we got back in Tekken 5 like that because we got this in-game. Like, it's cool. It's cool to witness. Though I missed the back and forth of the rival cutscenes. I thought those were better, but you don't technically need them, right? I can't really tell what's different with this outfit. This is costume too. It looks like color too. I don't like this outfit. I want to tell you up and down. Then there's this Tekken 7 outfit, which is cool. But yeah, so that's the trailer. And I'm going to tell you right now, Armor King is my dog. And he got the gold on. Look at that. The black and gold. Oh, man. He looks cool. He looks fabulous, man. But again, I must raise this. This is DLC from Season 2. He was Season 2, right? Another Season 2 DLC character in Season 2 Tekken 8. It makes me wonder, what's so important about these characters? Is that red too? That's cool. What's so important about these characters that they have to like keep making them DLC? Like Armor King wasn't like that important of a character for a long time. Once they brought him back in Tekken 5 DR, it wasn't really that big of a deal. You know what I mean? It was like, okay, cool. Finally, we got Armor King back, which I prefer. If anybody asks me, I prefer Armor King over King any day, and that's always been the case because Armor King has, well, not so much anymore, but back in the day, Armor King used to have, like, better strikes. He didn't have better grabs. King had the better grabs, and Armor King had the better strikes. Now it's like they give both of them a little bit of, like, each other's movesets a lot. I think they gave King an old Armor King move, but, yeah, look at his eye. Is that different? Has he always had that slice on his eye? I think I can't remember, but you know what's to follow. They're gonna make a new Marduk character. The new character that's gonna come to the roster isn't gonna be Craig Marduk. It's gonna be Clark Marduk. It's Craig Marduk's twin brother. Just like how they did Armor King. It's like, I'm Armor King's twin brother. I'm also Armor King. Look at this Afro-Latin dude, man. Look at this magnificent specimen, man. Why couldn't he have been in the base game? You know, they could have put this dude in the base game, and they could have made Kunimitsu a DLC character. Oh no, that's still an old character. This could have been freaking Dr. B or Lei. Oh no, not Lei. I miss the old characters. Like, that's why I keep mentioning them. But this could have been Alex. This could have been Dr. B. This could have been like a recreation of Miharu. This could have been a couple different characters, you know? Maybe they bring Forrest Law into the roster and he has a completely different like type of Jeet Kune Do now. I don't know. It's just less interesting to see the same characters again is what I'm trying to get to. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, like I enjoyed the trailer. It's a fun time. That's the only thing I worry about. Armor King looks cool. I can't wait till he comes out. I guess I will get Fahkumram, so that's 2 characters now. That's Anna, Fahkumram, Armor King. I guess I do want all 3 of them. So maybe I should get the season pass, or maybe I should buy them individually. Who knows? Anyway, I'm out.